Welcome, man. Welcome back to the channel. Oh, we left the hood up. 2012 Dodge Charger, guys. Overheating. Over freaking heating. This was just towed in. Okay, so it must be a serious problem. In fact, it still feel warm in here. Or it still feel like the engine was just running. Let's go outside, guys. Take a look at some hood already open. Alrighty. Now, I have been given a little history on this thing. One of the history was it just left another shop. Okay. Yeah, that is new. Y'all see that thermostat housing down there? It's a cheap looking one. It's not ours. It's not a Mopar OEM, but nevertheless, it's a thermostat. Okay. I was told the check engine light was on. She took it to another shop. They replaced the thermostat. If I had to guess, I'd say it was a P0128. Okay. So yes, guys, doing these thermostats fairly easy. But the daunting tasks come when you're installing the coolant, guys. Okay. Yes, that sounds easy enough, right? No, guys, you got to get all the air. You're going to create air pockets. Once you put that thermostat off and the coolant spill out, yes, you just introduce air into the system. So you can't simply close it back up and top it off. No, guys, you have to perform a bleeding procedure. And I'll be the first to tell you, the bleeding procedure on this vehicle is not sufficient. It's accurate and you should use it, but you should take it a step further, guys. And we're going to talk about that when I get in the shop. So let me take it in the shop now. And we'll start our diagnosis. Yes, guys, I'm almost willing to bet you, I don't know, it's an air pocket. Okay, you don't just magically start overheating after the cooling system has been disrupted unless you did not complete the cooling system repair in the form of bleeding the system, getting all the air pockets out. All right, let's take it in the shop, guys, see what we got. Y'all ready? Let's get it. Alrighty, guys, I'm at the car. Now, guys, the reason I'm suspecting low on coolant, I simply think there's an air pocket, guys. Let me tell you something about this 3.6 Pentastar engine. Yes, there's a bleeder valve right there on top of the thermostat. That's brand new, so somebody just replaced that. However, I don't think they bled it properly, guys. What I mean by bleed it properly, basically get all the air out, or most of it out. Just using that screw alone, guys, it's not going to cut it. All right, as you can see, my double protection, I've been burnt on these before. So I use the bleeder screw and my bleeder funnel valve. Okay, yes, I just drunk almost a whole gallon of this, guys. You know what's weird? I pressure tested before. There's no physical leak. Had the car up in the air looking up under it. No leaks whatsoever. So I want to think the system is just low on coolant, guys. This car, look at that. It's burping. See it swallowing all that down? Look, it's finally burping. Yeah, guys, that's crazy. It is extremely hard to bleed all the air out. And what's weird, you should have the heater on, guys. This fluid needs to be circulating through the heater core. You need to feel the temperature coming out. It needs to be hot. Okay. Yes, they said this hand was going. This thing, mind you, this all after somebody put a thermostat housing on. Sure, guys, this car would generate a P0128 thermostat rationality code, and the first thing come to mind is a thermostat, which in most cases is the problem. Yes, easy to replace, but hard to get all the air out the traditional way. And what I mean by traditional way is simply the recommended way, the way you're supposed to do it. That's not going to cut it, guys. You need to go the extra mile. And the extra mile is simply, like I said before, I use my bleeder funnel. And I'm going to tell you another step that I do. I go and freaking major test drive, guys. Okay, you want that coolant to circulate throughout the cooling system. There's no reason I should have used a whole gallon of antifreeze and there's no leak. Okay, that just tells me that it wasn't full at all. All right, so yes, I used the bleeder screw. In fact, I got it tight back up. I use double protection. That looks like one of those cheap thermostat housings. That's not Mopar. Somebody just replaced it, AutoZone. I mean, you can be picky about that if you want to, but I'm an OEM guy, and I really like to use OEM But now all I can do now is let me take this off. I got this as full as it's gonna get. It's running, heater on, it's circulating. Should be nice and full, free of air pockets. That's the goal. No air pockets. So now I'm gonna go test drive it. I don't even like this flimsy cap, guys. I guess I'm just picky like that. Look, it don't even feel right. Oh my goodness, guys. OEM Mopar. I mean, OEM Mopar parts are built for this vehicle, guys. Okay, we're talking about a radiator cap, JT. Calm down. It's not that serious. Stop being over dramatic. Well, anyway, the car is here because it's overheating. Out there left another shop just to get a check engine light and a thermostat put on. Go figure. All right, guys, I need to go drive this thing because I'm not giving it. I'm not going to release it until I find out or make sure it's not overheating. I love my image. I have to protect my good image at all costs. You will not be able to say what JT said and it's still doing. No, I'm gonna verify. So let me let this off the lift, guys. I'm going on a test drive. Y'all stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Hold tight. I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys. I'm in the middle. Actually, I'm ending my test drive. Guys, I am convinced the problem with this car was air pockets. Yes, it was not bled properly. Like I said earlier, guys, there is a bleeding procedure you have to do on this car. But I would take it a step farther. You need to take it a step farther when bleeding this car. The simple bleeder screw on the thermostat is not sufficient, in my opinion. Okay, in my opinion, guys, there's a number of ways you can bleed a cooling system. All right, in my personal opinion, near the heater hose is the best. Okay, but we're dealing with rubber hoses, so you can't screw in a device there so you can have bleeding privileges. All right, so they put it the best, safest place possible, and that is on the thermostat. That is a semi-good position, but you just got to take it a step farther, guys. The guys that worked on this car didn't do anything wrong except for they didn't complete the job. So technically, that is something wrong. How ironic, you put on the thermostat, fixed the problem of the check engine light, which was P0128, but when the customer leaves, the car is overheating. Okay, yes, you just disrupted the cooling system when you did the thermostat, so technically you're responsible. All right, did she go back to another shop or the same shop that did the thermostat? No, she brought it to us, and this is where I come in at. And I don't want to I'm not into dogging other shops out or anything like that, so I explained to her what's going on. So let me explain to you what you should look out for when you are tackling an overheating situation on a 3.6 Pentastar engine. Guys, on my test drive, I have this heater on full hot, both sides. Okay, yes, it is extremely hot. All right, my needle has been on half this whole test drive. That is an indication that it is not overheating. Now, I would take it a step further and get somewhere and idle, sit there, let the car idle until it go through a cycle. What I mean by cycle is the fan come on, possibly when it reaches 230 degrees, I want to say. Leave it sitting there while the fan is running. Listen for the fan to go off. If the fan go off, that means the temperature went up like it was supposed to. The fan came on and brought the temperature back down like it's supposed to. In my opinion, that's called a cycle. That's what you want to see. That fan cycle on and off, the cooling system should be up to par. And because you have full heat, that likely means you got most of the air out. Remember, guys, air pockets cannot survive in a cooling system in that environment. If cooling is reaching the heater core and providing heat, it's hard for air pockets to survive. So you likely got a lot of it out. And the last reason you should feel good about what you just did is because it actually is not overheating. We haven't gotten over half this whole drive. So I'm pretty much done, guys. I want you to understand what's going on, guys. It is crucial to bleed this thing properly. I repeat, do not rely solely on the bleeder screw on the thermostat. This is a 3.6 Pentastar engine. The bleeder screws are attached to the thermostat. Do not solely rely on it. All right, find other ways to bleed it. Let it idle, let it run, go drive it. Make sure you get all the air out. Your image is at stake, guys. When you get a car to the customer, you want to make sure everything is right. And that's where I'm at, and that's how I feel about it. All right, that's all I have, guys. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next video.